Crossing state lines changes everything, and here's why we're just local doesn't always hold up. Hey guys, Dan Greer, Eclipse DOT coming at you to chat all about interstate versus intrastate and the real difference. Let's talk intrastate versus interstate for a second. People get this wrong constantly. Intrastate means that you're only staying within one state. You only operate within that one state. Okay, you don't ever cross state lines, never crossing the border at all. Interstate means that you cross into another state, even once. The way I remember this is interstates go across state lines. They run across the entire nation. I-25 runs through lots of states. That's an interstate road. It crosses the state line. Here's the catch. Even if you don't cross the state line, if you're hauling, what you're hauling is part of interstate commerce, meaning that it was like potentially bought in another state or that was booked out of the state and you're moving it through the state, you could still be in interstate. Funny thing is, we work with a lot of companies in Hawaii that transport people. We can all agree it's pretty hard to be interstate or to cross state lines in the state of Hawaii. Would you agree with that? I would agree with that. Really hard to be interstate in the state of Hawaii unless you can drive on the bottom of the ocean. But we still work with a lot of companies that are interstate because for two reasons. One, they pick somebody at a port of entry, an airport, a seaport, whatever. That means that they're getting somebody coming from a different state to them. That is now interstate commerce. Okay. Two would be they book travel when somebody's not in the state of Hawaii. So let's say that you're a company, a tour company, and you give tours and you book the tour when somebody's in Colorado. And then they fly to Hawaii and they take your tour. They booked it when they were in Colorado. That's interstate commerce. Even though you never leave the state with what you're doing, because they booked it in a different state or because you picked them up at a port of entry, that is now interstate commerce. Kind of crazy, right? So when a company says, we're only local, we don't need interstate authority, I like to dig a little deeper because 9 times out of 10, they're actually doing interstate commerce without realizing they're doing it. Bottom line, don't assume what you're hauling and where you're going. Look at it, okay? If it's interstate, you need the authority. It's super simple. It's a push of a button. It's not hard. Nothing really changes between interstate and intrastate for the most part, depending on what state you're in. All right. And if you always follow federal rules, you'll always be perfectly fine. If it is intrastate, great, but be ready to prove it because DOT loves to play detective on this one.